Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a quick update. Not too much happened since the last update, at least not structurally. All calmed down. We had a bit of a surge there, but it got rejected at the trend line. So I made a post earlier today on Discord to our members to highlight that on the, let me go to the daily chart, on the daily chart. And you see it here on the smaller time frame as well, but on the daily we see it even better. And I covered the daily chart in the previous video. So if you're interested in the overall context, check it out. But overall, we have just been rejected just from this trend line again. All right. So and the 100% extension. So there's resistance up there, right? But the overall structure obviously remains unchanged. So support levels, everything we talked about, still relevant. And why is that? Let's go back to the smaller time frame chart. Here it is. Because this move up was in 3 waves and got a strong rejection, which typically is indicative of a B wave top. So whether this is now the yellow scenario or the white one, it remains at the moment a bit of a mystery. I explained in the previous video what the support levels are, and because the rally was likely just an extension and a B wave top, at least we have to see how it's developing now, right? But because it could have just been a B wave top, I leave the support levels where they are, because we don't measure support based on the B wave top or a corrective wave top. No, we measure the fib levels based on the last high of, in this case, wave 1. Now, whether this is a more bullish so-called nested 1-2 setup with support between 64,750 and 62,960, or whether this is a larger wave 2 where we had all of this as a wave 1 and then a larger wave 2 with support at 60,473, that's at the moment unclear, okay? Now you might argue that the overshooting B wave rather indicates maybe the yellow count, because in the yellow scenario, it's more bullish. An overshooting B wave is bullish. So this yellow wave 2 might be unfolding, but overall we don't know. We have support levels to watch, and the pullback that developed earlier today wasn't meaningful at all. Late yesterday we spotted a small bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart, which probably was a bit of a, well, it did lead to the pullback, or at least it was a hint, and there was a pullback, but it was just not large, not substantial at all. So I'm now watching closely that Fibonacci support zone. Obviously, we now need to break below the intraday low, which is pretty much where we're now at 65,200. The problem is always with a high B wave, if we talk about, okay, the C wave, it might never go below the A wave low, but again, the support levels are not targets. They are simply support. They tell us when a scenario shifts. So 62,960 is the first key level for the yellow count. Below that, it's at least the white count, a larger wave 2 below 60,473. It might actually still be the green count, which I've already removed from the daily chart, but it might still be it, But then this support area will come into play. So like the good news is for the bulls, there are 3 support areas, really a nano one here, micro, and a bit of a larger one, okay, which is protecting the price from breaking down into the more bearish scenario that we discussed on the daily chart earlier today. So levels haven't changed. We just now have to watch how the pullback develops. Please note that when we have an overshooting B wave, and it is a difficult structure on the micro to navigate, right? I'll still give you my best perspective. But if we have an overshooting B wave, the C wave might not be long. That's the tricky part of this, right? I think the bottom line is, if a decent pullback occurs and we're forming a higher low in the upper support areas, then there could be an opportunity for upside trend continuation in wave 3, either in yellow or in white. So yeah, and that's what I'm tracking here at the moment on the Bitcoin chart. So overall, bullish structure still. We got rejected at the trend line, which is okay. Yeah, we've been rejected at this trend line. We got rejected at the trend line a few times now since March, and the support levels haven't changed. So we're still printing higher highs and higher lows. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.